Hi, I'm Monk and this is the Monk Way. Let's compare Uber and Lyft stocks before the IPO. We'll look at their numbers, possible value based on their asking price, and see which is the better deal. I spent a lot of time researching for this video, so please share it somewhere to spread the word. And make sure to subscribe and leave a like for more investing videos. I make them every day. And check out my stock market group below, where I show you guys every single buy or sell I make in the markets. Join to see which of these stocks I buy. Both Uber and Lyft are having an IPO in the coming months, either in March or April. Lyft failed its IPO a bit earlier, so it should go public first. When these companies are public, it means people like you and I can invest in them. Lyft will be on the Nasdaq with the symbol Lyft. Uber hasn't announced their symbol or stock exchange, but it should be something like Uber to keep it simple. We'll start with information on both companies. They're both ride-sharing, taxi-like services. Users can install the app on their phone to call rides anywhere, and drivers with cars can make money driving the users. Uber started in 2009, and Lyft was started in 2012. Lyft is focused on America and Canada, while Uber is more international. Uber is in over 65 countries and 600 cities, while Lyft is mostly in North America, with 300 cities. Lyft had 30 million riders in 2018, 375 million rides, and 1.5 million drivers. Uber has 75 million riders, 4 billion rides, or 10 times as much as Lyft, and over 3 million drivers. Lyft has around 39% of Americans' market share. Uber should be around 60%, but they have a lot more worldwide. Uber also has Uber Eats, a popular food delivery app that also uses Uber drivers to deliver food. Both companies has a bike sharing service. Let's continue with their actual numbers. We'll start with their market caps. This will tell us their value compared to how much revenue they earned. Lyft is a smaller company, expecting to have a market cap of 25 billion. Uber is much bigger, expecting a 120 billion market cap, or 5 times more than Lyft. Being bigger doesn't determine the growth, so we should use these numbers to guess their value compared to revenue. Revenue is the money each company makes before costs are deducted. We can use this number to see if the asking price is a good deal. Looking at their most recent reported revenue, Lyft has a revenue of 2.16 billion in 2018. This is up 120% from 2017 and 530% from 2016. So this is amazing growth year over year. Just as a comparison, Facebook grows about 30% a year in revenue, but both companies are not profitable. Lyft actually lost 911 million for 2018, 688 million in 2017, and 682 million in 2016. They'll both keep losing money in the coming years. Compare this revenue to Uber at 11.3 billion in 2018, or 5 times as much as Lyft. This is up 45% from last year, so Lyft has stronger growth in comparison to last year. They still lost 1.8 billion, but less than 2017, which had a loss of 2.2 billion. Since Uber is asking for 5 times as much as the market cap, their value is pretty similar when comparing to revenue. If Lyft gets 25 billion in the IPO, divide that by the revenue of 2.1 billion, we have a price to sales of 11.6. This is pretty high. Compare this to Amazon at 3.6, Facebook at 8.3, and Netflix at 10. This means if their stock is worth 25 billion in total, this might be a bit overpriced compared to the revenue, especially when they have no profits right now. This IPO might depend on the future growth and speculation. Uber might be getting 120 billion divided by the revenue of 11.3 billion. That's a price of sale of 11. So they're both overpriced at the current market cap. But since we're looking at heavy growth companies, a lot of their future income is accounted for when buying them, meaning they can ask for a higher price right now. In terms of funding, Uber has $16 billion, while Lyft have almost $5 billion. In terms of growth for ride sharing, Goldman Sachs thinks that the market will be 285 billion by 2030. This is 6 times larger than its current levels. Both companies are also invested in self-driving cars, which should help both companies expand into the future. It's a lot cheaper to have a self-driving car than it is to hire a driver. In summary, Lyft is about 5 times smaller than Uber, but they are growing faster, at a rate of 100% growth a year, compared to Uber at 45%. If they keep this growth rates, they might be a better deal, since they both have similar value otherwise. They're both overpriced if they come in at the expected market caps, so they're huge speculation buys right now. Uber is safer because of the size of the company, but Lyft has faster growth. Uber also has more international growth, so they're more diverse, while Lyft is more focused on North America. I might be buying one of these IPOs in the coming months. If I do, it'll be a $10,000 buy. Join my stock market group to see which I buy. Click the link in the comments or description to join. It's 50% off right now. Subscribe and leave a like for more investing videos. I make them every day. Keep watching to buy the best stocks the Monk Way.